was copper.
That's the word I was
And
looking for.
yeah, and so it was really interesting how they saw it, because it was usually the British and the Germans and all those who were in charge. But you saw that it was all relative to what of the 52 countries where you were in Africa, on what the kind of names they used to denigrate their black population. So that was one thing I learned from South Africa alone. And it's interesting to hear all the different countries and their interpretations of ways that they denigrate their black population.
Well, we were just talking to one of our colleagues here, and she's Mexican American, and she gave us a term that people use, and she said, is used in group. And I think in group usage is real, but yeah, there are Italians who refer to other Italians as Dagos. I mean, it now rap is different because rap is an art form, in terms of how we use. And so it's poetry. And so poetry is built on language, right? And so, when you, because look, we gonna be all right. Kendrick Lamar used nigga a whole lot. That doesn't make that song any less powerful, right?
No, I just decided that wherever I could, I removed it from my daily life, because it was I was trying to teach the difference in it, but then I said, well, I'm just not going to teach any inferiority complex at all. Try to break that down, because even when doing comedy, the way that Dick Gregory defined it, it was hilarious.
Yeah,
and then some of the other and he would. It was, I won't say it here, but it was just hilarious because I had never heard it broken down like that. So we can find other ways.
And I know Richard Pryor had that epiphany when he went to Africa, where he looked around and he said, do you see any niggas here? No, but if he was in South Africa, they had a term for it. And I'm sure in Nigeria, they got a term that the colonizers put on them. And unfortunately, we take on that term, but it's language usage. And then I come back, but you still use MF.
Yeah.
A lot of people find that offensive. So, I mean, it's language. And I think it's how we use language. And I don't know. And you tell me this, Tyrone. If black people are doing it, are we doing it to denigrate each other? In most instances,
it was not done that way.
Okay.
But it's how we interpret ourselves. I mean, there was all kind of words that we called each other, and shoot, people be slapping hands and yes, and oh man, they be feeling so good. And so it is. It's an interpretation of a strong way in which some people can denigrate themselves, and some people can honor themselves. So,
well, you know what? And Tyrone, you and I are old enough to remember. Before Black Power, if you called a descendant of an enslaved African black, what was going to happen?
Oh, shoot, you was in trouble.
You going to fight?
Well, I ran. But because I got called all kind of names that I didn't realize what they meant. And so I just said, I'm not going to take no ass whipping, excuse me. And so I ran.
It's in your name, is dumbass.
Got him again. Got him again. Got him again.
I shouldn't have told you.
It's over. Got him.
So when they just calling you by your government name and they didn't know how to pronounce it, when they hurling an insult,
got him.
I mean, it is. No, I mean, it is. And look, we could use black, and it could be so pejorative just by how we use the word.
Yes.
Right. So, I mean, I think we do things sometimes that's more offensive to us as a collective in terms of some of the language that we use and how we use that particular type of language. I mean, I just, and again, I probably used the word, I did pretty good, but I used it only in the context of, because I did pretty good this Black History Month. I didn't just drop it casually. So we are having an academic discussion. So I'm only using it to buffer an academic argument.
Yeah, it's a study onto itself.
Oh yeah.
But I prefer to try to uplift every way I can, and language was one of the ways I used it.
All right. What
Okay,
was Richard Pryor told the joke? He said that this brother was talking about Black Power around his dad. His dad said, "That nigga crazy." We're talking all that black talk around here. Get a job. Carla, welcome to the program.
Hey, Keith, how you doing?
I'm good, Angela. How are you?
I'm well. Keith, I was listening to you yesterday. How do you know Miss Johnson? Did you live on 15th Street?
Who? Vanessa?
15th North, yeah.
Vanessa?
Dan Johnson.
Yeah, she grew up in Metropolitan with me.
Oh,
We went to church together. Yeah.
We used to live right across the street from her. I know her whole family, know everybody over there. The Simmons, the Powells, Powell's gift shop and all that.
Yeah, she ain't lying when I said she could play ball, but she was also.
Oh, I knew it.
I know she graduated at the top of her class in North Division. So not only was she an athlete, she was a scholar.
Yeah, because her dad didn't play that.
Yep. But yeah, she was at Metropolitan with me growing up.
Yeah, I said, let me call Keith tomorrow and ask him how he knows.
Small walkie. If you hear any amount of time, you know a whole lot of people depending on, especially people from your neighborhood.
Right.
You know, because there wasn't that many of us. You know, people, if you're a certain age, you got to remember at one point, Milwaukee had 1 million people, and maybe 10% of it was black, and we all lived in about 8-block radius.
Yeah, right. Yep.
I mean, you went to church with people, you were related to them, you probably went to school with them. You know, so it's that. And I think that helps inform my conversation here because I do have history here. You know, because I've been here when a lot of the history happened. And so, you know, you can think about neighborhood spots in neighborhood, different places, different families that you knew. And you go like, well, how do you know him? It's like Rideout. I think half the city is related to Rideout. You know, I said, what about such and such? You know, that's my cousin.
Yeah,
Did she mention that when they're going to be signing up for volunteers?
No, and she told me specifically not to ask her about volunteers because that's not her thing. I'm sure the person who does volunteers will come in. Her whole thing yesterday was about getting people to register as vendors.
For the vendors, yeah.
And y'all register, man, because, you know, the last thing you want to do is undercook some food and people get sick.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I mean, huh? Come on. Yeah. And if you're doing turkey legs, you might want to get there at about 5 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Right, that part.
You know, so turkey legs be ready after the parade.
They say after the.
You need to come back. It's gonna be about another hour.
Like,
man, these should have been. I don't know how long it takes to cook a turkey leg, but I'm assuming it's gonna take some time because I don't know. Like people like those big. Aren't they dry?
No, it depends on when you get them. They be juicy, man.
Okay.
Like they fall right off the
that
wall.
was my purpose of calling me. What is your topic about today? Because I just got home and I didn't catch it.
The topic is how come Keith can't stay on topic?
Well,
I told you you gotta be agile here. We'll get over here. We'll get over there. You know, we're over here. What were we talking about? I know what we was talking about. But damn, those mock chicken legs were so good. No, I appreciate you.
Going back to high school legs.
Oh man, appreciate you, dear.
Okay, yep.
And you know, and I know it's one of those cultural things that anybody who spent time at MPS, and you know, there's very few universals, but I think anytime that subject comes up, one of my white coworkers, her husband went to MPS, and it was a trivia question we had as part of our training, and she said, "I'm gonna go home and ask him," and he went to Marshall, right, white guy, He said, "My chicken leg for real?"
Hmm.
I mean, so it's one of those shared cultural experiences. It's like Bucks and Six.
Yeah.
You know where you were when you did Bucks and Six. Is he still working with the Bucks?
Yeah.
Caller, no call. Okay.
Well, it is break time
It's a break time.
already.
All right. You're listening to Community Voice. I still have a few minutes left. I'm gonna get out a little bit early so I can get over to Brother Lamar Franklin's funeral. As you can see, I'm wearing my little Kente bow tie in remembrance of him.
Yeah.
And so we will take a quick break and we'll be right back. And let me, excuse me, I didn't belch all break. Excuse me, hold on just one. Let me, um, our, our, our station manager is part of a documentary called Wisconsin's Underground Railroad. Dr. Biko Baker is in it. Now I can't even Claiborne Benson, and it's really good documentary. So it's on PBS. I think it aired last night on 10, which means that probably 36 is going to show it. So if you missed it, you can go in. But it's a real good documentary about Wisconsin and Wisconsin's role in the Underground Railroad. And so shout out to Biko and Claiborne. They're really, really good. Ron and I had an opportunity to visit one of the Underground Railroad sites here in Milton, Wisconsin, the Milton House. Great tour. What you discover is that human beings today are so much bigger than human beings during the mid 1800s. We're so much bigger because you can go into these areas and it's so narrow, right? And then the woman showed us this bed with this huge bedboard on it. She said because in order for them, because there was an end for enough people to get on there, they really kind of slept upright, which I thought was really fascinating. So if you get a chance, go to Milton House. The Milton House, I know that the Wisconsin Black Historical Society last year did a trip there, but the Underground Railroad, they also talk about Joshua Glover and what happened here. He was an enslaved individual who had gotten here. They had just passed the Fugitive Slave Act, and so it's really great history. So again, great documentary. Real quick, I did mention a Fuller education. Give you some real insight into Dr. Howard Fuller and his life. So that's also one. If you haven't seen it, I certainly strongly suggest that you see it. Carla, welcome to the program. Good morning.
What's good? We on? Let's just sing on.
Yeah.
Hey, Doc B, checking in.
What up?
You know how we do it.
What's happening?
What's up, man? Hey, man. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna do Pretty J the honor of calling him Michael, since that's his made-up middle name.
That's right.
I'm an avid listener. Me and him, we did Eric, shout out to everybody that came out to the Valentine's Day D'Angelo tribute. He did his thing.
Oh, appreciate it.
I was DJing. He was singing.
Appreciate it.
He was singing, y'all.
Hey man, they was cutting the check.
He had a sparkly suit on. He might have taken your girl that night. But
Is that right?
Hey man, I was shining like a disco ball, man.
No. Hey, your face, baby, your face. So the subject today is one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite subjects. It's fascinating. It's I actually debated some NOV history. The Word Warriors had me on.
Okay.
Mike McGee with the guy. If you ever heard the Thuggish Ruggish Bones, Reverend Butt, when it came on, it would be like, I'm not against rap. I'm not against rappers, but we are against those thugs.
Yeah.
So we debated the N-word, me and him.
Okay.
So the deal is, follow me on this crazy tangent I'm gonna say. It is wrong, but we do it. It's almost like abortion. It's like saying that you're not killing the baby. You are killing the baby. You are killing a potential baby. But it's one of those like something we accept if you are pro-choice and you pro whatever. So let me bring it back. Make it less deep. We know the word is wrong. We just flipped it, and it's something we done. Like, man, if I say give me a pound, that's us giving us each other that a fist.
Right.
If you say give me some bread, man, where that bread you owe me? Obviously, we're not talking about bread.
Right.
We ain't talking about loaf of bread.
Right.
If we say the Def Comedy Jam, we ain't talking about you can't hear the Comedy Jam. It's just something we do.
Right.
Well, so starting there, but you can't ignore the fact, because Chuck D's pushback from Public Enemy is like, you can't take the swastika and make it green and red, or flip it around a little bit it's still a swastika. And I respect that. I honor that. But I still say we are the kings and queens and creations of language. So, my thing is bling bling. That didn't exist. Now you say that anywhere in the world that they're gonna pull out the diamond.
Yeah.
That's how strong Black people's influence is. Yeah. Now, with that being said, context is everything. Yeah. And ER and A is two different things. And when we say it, when Black people say it, if I say you're a stupid a N-word, right. N-word is not the insult.
Right.
N-word is the noun.
Right.
So I can call you a stupid a.
You call me stupid? I can call you stupid
a woman. Stupid a is the bad part.
Yeah.
N-word is not the bad part, depending on how you do it. Now, when a white person says it, no, they meaning the whole thing.
Yeah.
The combo.
Well, I think if you want to hear,
we don't have concepts.
If you want to hear white people used as Jermaine is saying,
non-black.
No, Jermaine is using. Go down south. They don't call you nigger. They call you nigga.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah, that's how you know, like, oh, because we were talking about how older black people had some words for white folks, and older black people call them peckerwoods. Yeah. My favorite is po white trash. Yeah. Even in Gone in the Wind, remember she goes and talking about you acting like po white trash. So I think it's the usage of the word. But I think we have to be, and I know we want to be righteous, but I think it's also how word is used. I think context is important, and again, in group use is different than out group use, and so. Definitely. And again, I went to a school that had Germans, Irish, very few Poles. But I used to hear the Germans tell Polak jokes. I mean, I was offended, and I wasn't even Polish. So I mean, it all groups have something that they use, but it wasn't anything that black people created to describe black people. Is that fair?
It didn't start that way, but we used it. But we took it and flipped it.
Yeah.
We took it and flipped it. Now, we took chitlins and made it a delicacy.
Right.
We took their throwaways, ham hocks.
Yeah.
But wait, here go the killer though. And I'm a big Louis C.K. fan. Forgive him for what he did. But he said, "Look, I'm sorry, cracker don't hurt as much as N-word." He said, "Matter of fact, I'm just cracking my whip on your back." He said, "I'm sorry, it doesn't hurt as bad as y'all insults to us don't hurt as much as this one hurts y'all." It was a joke, but it stung.
My roommate. Well, let me. This I heard this, man, and I was in a meeting, and sometimes you don't have to use a word, but it's you kind of feel this way. So we got all these want to be self-sufficient black folks in the room, and they arguing about how we should have black control over this funding, and then they got so frustrated with the white people in the room. They go, yeah, we don't really need y'all anyway. And this white woman murmured under her breath, "It's about time."
Oh!
I was like, okay. Oh man, that was just kind of like it. I looked over at her going like, that's a good one. That's a good one. Because they was wearing white people out. Oh, they was wearing them out. This is really pro-black. And she said, yeah, about time, if you don't need white people. Can I do this real quick? Doc, I know I got you on. I brought in this album yesterday from Push, right? And it had Andre Crouch on, and it had the Hawkins family. And let me, I say this, you can live off of black people's money, but ain't nothing like living off of white people's money.
Oh, you better.
And so when you look at Andre Crouch back in the day, Andre Crouch was getting white people money. Right, the Hawkins were,
ask Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie, man. I'm just, Kevin Hart. I mean, I'm just saying that you know, like we all be like
Will Smith.
You're like, yeah, you did okay. NWA was probably doing okay when they were selling their tapes out the car. But when those white suburban white boys buying your music, that's a different kind of money. And so you hear people, oh man, you a sellout, you crossover. I mean it to make money, dog. I don't know if you noticed that, but no, you know, like Earth, Wind, and Fire. I was in Atlanta, Georgia, the first time I ever saw them live. I was in Atlanta, Georgia. It was 2/3 of the audience white. And if you go to an Earth, Wind, and Fire concert now, the majority of the audience is going to be white.
I did Kendrick Lamar. I did Kendrick Lamar at the Rave 2012 Music Matters tour.
Okay.
I didn't know who he was, and that was mostly white too.
Right.
So yeah, he already had underground, but yeah,
it's
crazy.
Yeah, so
they
I'm
do
just
all
saying
the
in
words, the
terms
mixtapes,
of
and all the underground stuff. That's crazy. That don't make it right though. It just makes it right though.
No, it makes it profitable.
It makes it profitable.
Money don't have a color other than green. And I'm not saying that you sell your soul. I'm just saying that the reality is, like, dude, if I could get into a bigger market and I have more exposure, why wouldn't I want that exposure?
Well, see, because now we don't get to hear Easy Like Sunday Morning no more and Zoom. We got to dance on the ceiling. That's my problem with it.
Well,
you stop doing it to curtail to them. That's what I don't like about it.
Well, I'm gonna do this. I got 1 minute left. I just got
condolences to the funeral you wanted to. Condolences. Yeah.
Thank you, man. I got Whitney, that her first album, Whitney. And remember, black folks got mad at Whitney Houston. They said Whitney Houston was too pop.
Sure did.
That's haters. Those are haters. No, and here's the thing. Whitney was able to, I don't know. I maybe there's some folks just sell it to black folks. What
would you call Dionne Warwick?
Same thing.
Pop or
you know, and the thing is, pop is like a great song is a great song. I bet you there's a whole lot of black artists who would have loved to be able to get Save All My Love for You. You know, it was a great voice, but it's also a great song.
Right. What would you call Luther Vandross then?
And Luther really didn't have the crossover that he really wanted.
He had everybody.
No, he didn't. If you watch his documentary, one of his frustrations was he didn't think that he was a big enough crossover artist. He wasn't like Earth, Wind, and Fire crossover. He wasn't like, thank you, Doc. He wasn't like Lionel Richie.
He was like a, I'm gonna say he was like a, I don't want to put that like Tom Jones, like he more like a balladeer than like.
Yeah, I mean, and the type of music he did. And look, there were white folks who loved Luther Vandross, but Luther was really primarily black folks.
Right.
You know, because but if you had someone like again, like I was just using Whitney Houston had a voice, and then, you know, they put a lot of money into Whitney Houston, and that means you get the best songwriters, you get the best producers, right? Because there's a song she did on, I forgot she did the song with Teddy.
Teddy Riley?
No.
Teddy Pendergrass.
Teddy Pendergrass.
Oh.
Hold me in your arms tonight. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Yeah, Keith, you were talking about that word, the one you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind, it's not a term of endearment, because I can tell you when I had some white people using it, it was not one of term of endearment. It was used out of the hostility.
Right.
And even when it was white people used it, black people used it, it was a term of violence too.
Okay.
Something was going to happen. Somebody's going to lose their life, or there was going to be some fisticuffs or something like that. But like I said, I had spoke to this white guy years ago about he used the word, and I said, "Do you know where that word came from?" And I looked it up, and my understanding is that it came from they had the Niger River, and the Niger River is where the slaves came down. and they changed it to Negro River, and then they changed it to nigger. Is that my understanding? It was a Niger River, and I think they came through Nigeria or something like that when they were bringing the blacks down through the river and everything.
Well, I thought the etymology of the word was that it came from the Spanish word for black, which was negro, which became negro, and then somehow the way it then got into like, so we can do it. Let me do it, man. I got to get out of here. Got to rush to a funeral. Hey, Clark, thank you.
Well,
Jermaine, thank you.
Indeed, there, brethren.
Callers, we really thank you today. Great conversation. Always, always, always. The good Lord willing, creek don't rise. Hope to talk to everybody tomorrow. And as always, go from this place in peace.